Using Dreamweaver? Good choice. Dreamweaver is one of the most versatile website creation programs available, with plenty of advanced features that are easy to use. There's a lot of stuff to learn, though. Let's start by going over how you first get a website begun in this program. You might think that the first thing to do in Dreamweaver is to open a new page and start typing. But because Dreamweaver is here to help you keep your site organized, first, you'll need to set up your website within the program using the Site feature. Using Dreamweaver's Site feature will help you maintain your file hierarchy, track changes to your website, and in general, keep your whole site in order. It's also the first thing we have to set up when we get ready to start a new website in Dreamweaver. So, let's get to it. First, start Dreamweaver. Once the program is ready to go to the Site menu and select New Site. Begin to complete the site creation wizard. Let's use Portfolio as our portfolio website's name. This is the label Dreamweaver will use to help us keep track of it in our Sites menu. The next step in the wizard asks you if you'll be using any advanced server technologies like ASP or PHP. You know the part that says advanced? That means it's too advanced for us right now. At this point, you should definitely say no and go to the next window. After all, if you already know how to program with ASP and PHP, then you probably don't need this tutorial. The next window wants to know about the system you'll use to develop your web pages. Don't worry about this. The easiest thing for you to do at this point is select the recommended step. Edit local copies on your machine and then upload them to your web space when you're ready. Also here, you're asked to choose where on your computer you'll be saving your site files. You should use a new folder for your website. This will make it easy to keep track of all the files you want to upload to the server. On both Mac OS X and Windows, Dreamweaver may automatically create a new folder using the site name you chose earlier and place it in your User Accounts Site folder. Unless you want to store your site somewhere specific, go ahead and use this default folder. The next step requires you to know where you want your website to be. Have you already set up your web hosting? No worries if you haven't. Simply select None from the pull-down menu and move on to the next step. You can fill in the FTP information later. But if you have your web hosting all ready to go, then great. You'll be using Dreamweaver's internal FTP capability to connect with the remote server. So, use the pull-down menu to select FTP. Remember what we were saying about how a basic FTP client works just like Dreamweaver's built-in version? That's what we're setting up here. Our basic FTP client's terminology applies. Input your server address, path, username, and password into the appropriate fields. This should be all the basic information provided by your web hosting service. Hit the Next button and there you go. Dreamweaver's ready to help you start making your website. Go ahead and open up a new HTML document. Then, save it in your site folder as index.html. The first thing to decide when you're looking at Dreamweaver is, well, how you want to look at web pages. Dreamweaver offers you 3 different views of your site: code, design, and code/design. Switching views doesn't change any of your content. It just changes the way in which your page is displayed. When you look at your site in code view, what you're seeing is the raw HTML that makes up the foundation of your web page. You know, it's like how Keanu Reeves sees the Matrix. Now, you might want to wait a while before you use code view, perhaps until you understand HTML a little better. This view can be pretty intimidating, and there's a chance that you might mess up some of the code inadvertently. But as you become more familiar with HTML, you'll be able to figure out what various bits of code mean and use this view to edit them directly. Design view translates your HTML so that you can get a good idea of what your website will look like on the web. This is what we call a Wysiwyg editor, because what you see is what you get. Design view is going to be the best choice for you right now, but be sure to remember that a Wysiwyg editor is kind of a lie. Your site may look slightly different in different browsers, but don't worry, the basic layout won't change. If you're feeling adventurous, you might try working in code/design view. Code/design view gives you a split-screen look at both the code of your website and the design. This enables you to make simple changes in the design view while seeing how that affects the HTML of your website. Remember how we said that code view might be a little much for you right away? Well, if you're just starting out and want to get more comfortable with the language of HTML, then code/design view is a great way to see the code in action. To see what I mean, select code/design view. Then, try typing the name of your website onto your page into the design section. See how it appears simultaneously in both the code and the design panels? When working in design view, Dreamweaver works a lot like any basic word processor. You can type text directly into your web page and edit it as you see fit. And wait until we start learning even more about Dreamweaver. It's got everything you need to bring your site to life.